yes bimeze bite rero munsi reka turabire hamwe ubuzima bwa Chris Brown uko vyagiye bigenda mu buzima uko yagiye atera imbere mu muziki nkuko bisanzwe nga imiziki yagiye asohora kuva gitangura umusore wanyu Chris Brown ndetse niwe musore mufisi uyu munsi ya miziki yagiye asohora kera burya ubuzima bugiraho buhera naho bugarukira ariko ndetse aho hagati hari ibintu buragenda akora ku buryo bimuduza gake mpaka ageze agomba kugera ntabwo nzi kuvuga amajambo mu abantu mwe niyo mpamvu nafuye kwandika nihuse rero nibira ko nagomba kuvuga ko nifise imyaka hafi 11 canke imyaka 12 ngenda maze kubona ko nshobora kuririmba iyo myaka ndetse nkimara kumenya ko nshobora kuririmba nifise imyaka 11 kuri 12 niyo namenye ko mfise impano yo kuririmba nico gihe ndetse uyu musore mubona kadogo utugurutunga nuko yaratanguye kumenya ko afise impano yo kuririmba tangura byina ku mihanda nkuko bisanzwe byinira abantu n'abahetsi binakomera imbere yo kundisa gafatisha uyu munsi kuburyo asora indirimbo gasangira hitinze ku isi mwese mukayikunda ariko yaho yahereye naho muri kubona akiri kadogo genda byina abahetsi nkuko mubibona imbere yanyu basket nazo ntiyatanzwe kuzikina none se kuva mukiri bato mwese mwagiye mumenya na canke bimeze bite mu by'ukuri ntabwo twakunye kuba tukiri bato oya igikomeye ahubwo ni sitose turimo hari amaze gushikwana ndetse nande nariyana bari kubazwa nimba aho ko bari bazinye kuba bakiri bato nkuko mumva ngo urukundo rwa Messi no bakundanye bakunda gifise imyaka hafi 3 ko bari kumubaza nabati mbega mwakunanye kuba mukiri bato cyane natoya nibira ko nakomeje kumenyekana nyuma gusohora album yanje kandi buri umwe akumva kumenya uwundi wiyuhanze iyo seri miziki agenda asohora nkuko bisanzwe igenda imwamamaza uko yagenda afatisha asohora abantu bamukunda akakitwa Loyo yagiye akora indirimbo nyinshi y'umwana mu buryo butandukanye kandi nyinshi zagiye zakigwa neza mu bantu bakubira ngo kiswi uko ndetse yagiye aduga kandi buri munsi wamye umuntu witwarika Michael Jackson sivyo.
But now you're getting people where they say, man,
hariko mwino misa basigaye bavuga Chris bane gusumba uko bavuga Michael Jackson bimeze bite
better than. You know what I'm saying? How do you take that?
Ubifata gute kusiga uvugwa cyane nkuko kera wari umufana wa Michael Jackson mugabo uyu munsi ukaburi kuravugwa cyane nawe mu ruhando mpuzamahanga.
Like I wouldn't even be breathing or even being able to sing a song if that man didn't exist.
Mu byukuri sinobasha no guhema sande kuba ndi muzima canke ngo naririmbe ngire umwuka wo guhema kubwe nuririmba iyo ujya mugabo atabari muzima canke yatabaho bivuze ngo kuba yaramama yakamamara akamenyekana ku isi hose vyavuye kuri Michael Jackson iyo atahaba uyu mugabo muzi Chris Brown ntari kuba ari muzima nayo ngo abihungu avuga aririmbe mumenye nkuko bisanzwe bivuze ngo abikesha hanini Michael Jackson. Bibusa ko Michael Jackson nawe yarafise beef ikomera nde n'umugabo bita Eminem ariko kuri ndetse yamufata nk'icitegerezo nk'akamana gato kuri we yamukuye habi.
Oh yeah, this about to be a good one. Christopher Maurice Brown was born.
Christopher Maurice Brown yavutse tariki 5 z'ukwa gatanu 1989 bivuze ngo n'umwana muto cyane.
On May 5th, 1989.
Yavukiye ndetse muri Tappahannock muri Virginia.
89 in Tappahannock, Virginia. A very small town. His
kaji gato cyane.
Former nursery director.
Kandi gose ndetse nyina yiwe nawe yari umuntu akora nk'umuforomakazi mu kavuriro gato kawo hafi.
And his pops was a corrections officer at a local prison.
Se nawe yari umufisi agenda kusanya ibintu muri gereza yo hafi.
As 2 years old, that boy Chris was teaching himself how to sing and.
Kandi uyu mwana Chris banagifise imyaka hafi yataye kwigisha kuririmba.
His parents had a collection of soul albums that he loved before.
Kandi uko bigaragara abavyo bamaze kumushakira collection canke se uruhane rw'indirimbo yakunda kuva kiri umwana muto umwana atangura kwigisha kuririmba gifise imyaka mike cyane.
Making more of an interest in pop and hip hop.
Kandi yaramaze gukunda hip hop cyane y'amaniga y'abirabure muri yo myaka. Nta hip hop nta bari abantu bose bavunese abazungu yakiretse umwe yaciye kubiri n'iryo hame aro bita Eminem wenyine ariko muri yo myaka Brown ubwiwe uko mubona si umuzungu buri
artist to watch and learn from was the
kandi bagomba kumushakira abastari yagomba kuraba ngo akurikirane kugira ngo anabigire ko abige ko byinshi.
MJ and later Usher.
Nyuma gato rero yatanguye kwibanda hanini kuri MJ canke Michael Jackson ndetse n'uwitwa Asha canke Asher nkuko wakunze kumwita.
In elementary school he
kandi kuva na kera kuva kiri mu ishure mu mashuri mato mato yakunda kwirimbira mu makorari nkuko bisanzwe
role in a Christmas production
ndetse bakanakora n'uturirimbo two kuri Noheri
Elvis inspired by
ndetse agakunda kuraba indirimbo za Elvis umwe afata nk'ubahanzi bakomeye muri Amerika.
Elvis. Around this time his parents divorced.
Ibi byaramwinspira abavyeyi baza ko hukana.
His mom's new boyfriend and later
maze isheri muhasha wa nyina
husband was physically abusive and would even
haza gusanga ni wa mugabo akunda guhotera umugore yamakubita ama Chris Brown nabahohotera mu rugo.
His mom be beaten and see her nose bleed.
Nyina akabona buri munsi nyina kubitwa n'uyu mugabo mushasha kuburyo abona nyina ari kuva imyuna itategekanije utari karemano.
Even with this dude he was in constant fear.
maze Chris Brown kuba ni umugabo ndetse mushasha wa nyina vyakomeje kumutera ubwoba n'iki kamugiye komeye ko buri munsi yakubita nyina.
Also pretty athletic as he was actually in the 8th grade basketball.
kandi uko bigaragara uyu musore yakunda gukora ibintu by'imyerezo ngora mubiri kuburyo no kwishuri wasanga ari muri equipe ya basket
team when he was just in the 6th grade.
akiri mu wa gatandatu ndetse akomeza kuduga ajya mu ishuri ryo muri Virginia.
And when Chris was 13
amaze okwiza imyaka 13
a talent scout visited his small town and
yabaye ngomba ko hari umugabo aza ku mugaji kabo ndetse mu kaje kabo gushaka umuntu ashobora kuba afise impano kuko muri Amerika usanga hari abantu baje gushakashaka mu masite mu makona kugira ngo barabe ni bandi bafise impano bitandukanye n'ibacu muri Afrika usanga impano ashobora kuyipfana iyo hanze haba abantu bameze nk'abakomisiyo nyiri kubiyo ni bashakashaka bagomba kumenya ninde afise impano.
auditions at a gas station
maze ahantu hamwe kuri station tangitoro
wowed them with his voice and
yabonye Chris Brown ko aririmba afise ijwi ridasanzwe n'ukuntu abyina.
tape was produced and Chris would hand out his CDs to everyone in school with
maze Chris Brown akaja baraga producing indirimbo akahereza amasidi yiwe ku ishuri buri umwe.
his first songs being called When He Went under the name
maze asora indirimbo hamaze gukora ndetse
Sizzle. Bro, listen to this.
aravuga ati muvuka nyumviriza kana yatsuye akarimo ndetse bita Sizzle. ntako mwumva kuva kiri umwana muto akora atanga amasidi ku ishuri. barakubira ngo uyu musore ndetse yarakunda kwirimbira mu mabisi urumva akayirimbira Michael Jackson ndetse na Candy Rainey ari kiri muri Garden na Hobo Kindergarten agakora akona karimbo yasuye kuva kiri muto cyane ngo turimbo twe twa mbere. urumva ko nakaje kari gato hari bwa kure akiri muyebe noye nk'abandi bose nkuko bisanzwe.
Chris Brown's first ever music video was the song Whose Girl Is That? Just look how young he looks here.
ati burya indirimbo mbere yasohoye yayisohoye ngara nkuko mumubona nyene akiri gato nyene ko mukabona hakiri kanci yaho nyene hatarasobanuka muri za 80 kuduga.
Jenkins aka CJ who played a huge
Jenkins ndetse bita CJ
role in Chris Brown's
niwe yakoze ibintu bikomeye cyane ubuzima bwa Chris Brown ku buryo ari we yamurira amafaranga cyo kuri coding mu bigo cyangwa ubundi kugira ngo abashe kwiteza imbere umuziki.
And label had a Hit Mission Records /
bari bafise ndetse label bita Hit Mission Record
music group. He worked in the music industry for over 30 years.
bivuze ngo yakoze muri urwo ruganda rwa muzika iyo hanze mu kiringo kirenze imyaka 30
and had a real knack for discovering young talent.
kandi gose arafise igihe gije kugira ngo bashe kumenya impano afise imeze gute ingana gute ka Chris Brown.
CJ would help launch Chris Brown's career and track
bivuze ngo CJ yakoze ibikomeye kugira ngo ndetse umwuga wa Chris Brown kwirimba ugere kure cyane.
on that first CD.
bivuze ngo yari kwiye hafi amasede 18 mu ndirimbo bagiye barikura.
years old, Chris
akimara kwezi imyaka 13
would move to New York and
yabaye ko Chris Brown ajya muri New York.
Chris Brown's first stops would be at Def Jam's.
bivuze ngo kugira ngo abashe gutera intambwe za mbere zo gutera imbere nyene vyavuye amaze kuja muri New York amaze kwimuka
where he would audition.
aho yagiye bagomba kumumviriza impano y'icibita audition kwa kundi ngenda kuririmba kugira ngo bamenye ufisi yihe mpano.
Def Jam senior A&R executive
ajya ndetse mu vya Def Jam byagiye biduza benshi abastari benshi muri Amerika.
time Tina Davis who would
maze Tina Davis
be impressed by Chris immediately and
byabaye ngomba ko yemezwa na Chris Brown ubwo nyene kiriraho
took Brown to then president L.A. Reid.
maze amutwara kuri president w'uyo muhari ntiyagomba kumufasha kugira ngo Chris Brown yiteze imbere mu muziki. Amutwara kuri La Raid.
Contract negotiations with Def Jam, almost signing.
Batangura kunegosia kugira ngo yakashora kwinjira muri iyo label yabo ndetse baranegosia biza kurangira si.
Tina Davis would eventually get fired for.
Ariko birangira Tina Davis yakuwe muri iyo label.
But Chris Brown rocked with her so much.
Ariko Chris Brown yaramukunda cyane umukobwa.
And trusted her enough that he ended up making Tina his manager.
So kuburyo byarangiye kubera kwizera uyo mukobwa yamutwaye muri iyo label, ariko uyo mukobwa za kwirukanwamo, ariko Chris Brown ubwiwe kuburyo byarangiye agize uyo mugore birukanye amugira manager w'umuziki wiwe.
Tina would then start shopping his demo around in the industry.
Maze uyu Tina atangura kuteza imbere imiziki ya Chris Brown.
Brown in 2004 would have a major label war going.
Maze hatangura kuza intambara y'amalebo 2004 hagati ya Chris Brown n'amalebo yabarizwamo
between Jive Records, Warner Brother Records and
ndetse na ba Warner Brother Records batangura kuza intambara z'amalebo muri iyo myaka.
Records. He would end up signing with Jive Records.
Kandi birangira atanguye kandi gusinya kontra na Jive Records ni yindi label yagiyemo.
The success that Britney Spears and
ariko kandi kaba niyo label yatumye uyu Britney Spears ajya kure ndetse na Justin Timberlake
with them.
Bivuze bari bafise Chris Brown iyo myaka
like it was the perfect label to bring him to the
even ndetse babone nkaho Chris Brown nawe akiye kuja muri iyo label kugira ngo ateze imbere cyane by'umuziki wiwe.
Subtitle album, I just want to explain who Chris Brown is so they can
aho muri kamabire Chris Brown wari we neza
I get that stamp as Chris Brown.
Bivuze nkeneye kurondera cash stamp.
Oh, that's Chris Brown CD.
Hagati gose bujyayi kashi igomba kujya ku buryo uzo habwa izidazovuga ati iyi CD bujyani ya Chris Brown bivaye na kashi izo biriko.
Just having a title.
Bivuze ngo dukenda kazina kugira ngo tumenye twagomba nakazina ngo tumenye iyi CD nimigiye gutangwa hariho kashi yande hariho nihe zina kugira ngo tumenye ibi ni vyande.
Run it actually means being eligible to be a girlfriend or boyfriend like.
Bivuze ngo ntibari bikwiye kuvanga unishiro cenge n'umuhungu mukundana oya.
What you got? Let me see if you can run it. If you can do this, then maybe I can.
Baraba nimba okwiruka nimba unabikora ndetse abantu burya baragufana bakamenya ko bakwiye gukora ikiza kuri wewe.
Well, Yo is the second single. It's produced by Andre and Vidal.
Yo n'indirimbo nasuye ndetse ubwa kabiri.
It's basically explaining the first thing God says when he sees a girl, whether it be a mall, amusement park, or anywhere.
Ikintu cyambere umusore avuga yaba ujye mukobwa nyine ni gutangara agana sakuza.
Yo, what up?
Ntabwo ati bimeze bite man.
Just yell at her. But I flipped it. I didn't want to make it seem like I was disrespecting her and saying.
Ariko nagomba gusura indirimbo iciye muri ubwo buryo ariko ntagomba kugaragaza nkaho ngomba kubahuka abantu cyane kubasuzugura. Dushingiye ku byo umuntu abundi aba star benshi bakompoza bisunze ibyo babona cyangwa ibaci imbere y'amaso. Sasa indirimbo yakomeje gusora nyuma vyavuye ku vyabonye ikintu cyambere umusore ashobora kubona yabonye umukobwa ikintu cyambere avuga nkuko umuntu avuga ati yewe baby bimeze bite nawe ahera aho nyine avuga ati reka nkomboze indirimbo mereye ku vyo mbona.
It's the only thing I could say because I didn't know her name.
Even abasha kuva ko sinariza akazi nako umukobwa kariko.
She was leaving, so I had to get her attention.
Yari koragenda umukobwa avuga ntivyogenda gute.
Come here, let me talk to you right quick.
Ati reka tuvugane vuba.
Yo, tell me fellas have you seen her?
Cyangwa ati bite basore mbwira mwamubonye.
It was about 5 minutes ago.
Ati hari iminota 5 ishize.
When I seen the hottest chick that I know.
Mugihe igihe nabonye akana gashusha gakobwa ndetse.
Never seen before.
Ntarigera mbona mbere urumva ko aramaze kurya tize n'ijwi rigorose neze tabize nk'abandi menga bajya amateke.
It's never a right time to say goodbye.
Ati burya ntagiye kiza kibaho cyo gusezerera ko.
We know that we got
ariko tuba tuzi ko
a separate way.
Tugomba gutandukana tugafata inzira zitandukanye.
And I know it's hard but I gotta do.
Hai naze ko bigwe mbwa ngomba kubikora.
And it's killing me cuz it's
kandi biri kunyica kubera
right time.
Kuko ntagiye kiza kihaba cyo gusezeranira ko. Habe nombe.
Mama you may be 3 years older but you.
Ati maushora ko ufise imyaka ducanke iki. Ariko umutima ukomeje kumbwira ngo.
Talking like you like what I got. Give me.
Kugomba kumvugisha ko ushaka fa kubima n'indirimbo munzi give me that.
I know you like it how I lean in the back.
Kandi ndazi kugomba kunyishinkira ko ukundaza ubuze vinshi nk'ivyo nanje mbuze.
In the back saying give me.
Ati fa kumpereza.
Chris Brown will go on to drop his debut right out.
Ati gose Chris Brown atanguye rero gutanguza indirimbo ziwe neza. Atangura kariye neza. Na album yakomeje kwakirwa n'abantu musubirizo ku bwinshi.
Massive critical acclaim and had nothing but hits.
Ariko ntaco yigeze agira nk'amafaranga kiretse hit yonyene. Akomeza kumenyekana hano hose mugabo wata amafaranga ariko arinjiza. Indirimbo yasohoye nk'iyo mwumvise n'igende yatanguye ni indirimbo zabumenyekanishije gusa mugabo nta mafaranga zamwinjirije. Ariko ikintu cyambere ni kumenyekana wamara kugira hiti ubwo amafaranga azakurikira nk'uburo nkuko bisanzwe.
What it is, folks? Got harder than the motherboards. I ain't even frontin', baby. I can take a summer off. 'Cause I know
yose n'amahitsi yagiye amukorera mugabo watigeze amuhereza amafaranga ahagije. Yakomeje kwamamara ariko atamafaranga ariko arinjiza kandi agifata ba bagabo nk'ivyitegerezo vyiwe. Uwo bita Michael Jackson ndetse na Asha. Bivuze ngo nagurishije amakopi asaga 54,000 mu ndwi ya mbere. Sinki mumubona iyi minsi ushobora kubona umuntu afise asuye akaririmbo gasanga muri telefone urakavomye ubwo nyine muri flash ama studio yose mu bikarangira muhombeye mu nk'abastar. Oya ico gihe bagura amasidi ni nk'amafilime ya none nta iyo hanze nta bufa kuronka amafilime uko nyene bisaba kugura CD ya Blu-ray kugira ngo bashe kuronka filime. Nawe yagurije amakopi angana 45,000 nako 52. Yahaba kandi platinum zitatu n'ibihembo batanga via platinum nyine ku bantu bagurije amasede menshi bakoze bigasobanuka mu muziki.
Yo, what's poppin'? This your boy Chris Brown.
No musore wanyu Chris Brown uko bisanzwe.
My first ever DVD. I'm really
kandi niyo DVD ya mbere gose nanje inshimishije mu bintu bitatu.
excited. 3 things that I want to achieve in the
Ibintu ngomba kwera ko mu buzima w'imyaka 5 iri imbere yari afise map cye gahunda y'ibintu agomba kugira
5 years. Wow. Be in movies.
kuba mu mafilime. Murazi yarakinye amafilime menshi agiye agaragaramwo ubwo sinda kuyisubiramwo amafilime aho byerekana rimwe rimwe agenda kubiba amazina ndayibagiye muzo vishakire namwe aho yagiye agaragara mu mafilime yari afise inzozi z'ibintu yagomba kugira ko bitatu muri bitatu ndetse harimo n'amafilime kuyagaragaramo yagiye azikinamo kandi icya kabiri kuba mfise lebo yanje bwite iyo kuri coding umuziki aho usanga abasore benshi bamamaye kubisa usanga bifitiye amarebo yabo ku buryo nimba afise agatari n'aba piano ngaho onye yumvise mood zimuduzemo ahita ajya muri studio agahita akora akimanukira hatarize kurondera ngo urabana ngo bankwere bagira iki oya
And as well as my own clothing line.
kandi nkagira uburyo bundi cyashaka ndetse ni kugira uburyo bwanje nambaramwo nivyo bintu naho zorota kuva na kera Chris Brown. Icyambere kuzoboneka mu filime, icya kabiri kugira lebo iri codinga umuziki biwe bwite, icya gatatu kugira uburyo yambaramwo by'umwihariko. Urumva umurongo yambaramo impuzu.
2006, a very fun and interesting year, man, especially in
wari umwaka udasanzwe kandi wanshishikaje,
and of course Chris Brown.
cyane cyane mu muziki na Chris Brown. Kweri hakabagaho bafise amalebo yabo bari coding na muziki ubusanga bafise imiziki vumbi bitabagora umuziki usohoka na clip direct apana bya bindi ngumusoye audio ngo nzotegereza mpaka oya. Ninzozi yarafise
2006 BET.
muri 2006 naho BET Awards nama award bita Beta Award canke BET Awards ibihembo batanga
would take home the best new artist trophy.
Chris Brown yagiye yahawe igihembo cy'umustar adasanzwe
over Neo, Rihanna, Paul,
arenga ndetse uwo bita Neo arenga Rihanna hamwe na Paul hamwe na Chameleonaire.
Throwback. He would also go on tour on the up close and personal.
kandi byarangiye agiye muri za tuwaro kuno bastare bafata igihe kubera guhitinga bakazenguruka intara hafi igihugu bagenda bavuga baririmba nkuko bisanzwe kubera gukundwa no kwamamara.
Where artists such as Wayne, Neo,
abastare nka Wayne, Neo, Joe Santana
and more.
n'abandi. Yeni birako bigiye kusa imbaraga nyinshi pe. Ariko bwe biravana mu muziki. Twagomba gukora hip hop na R&B. Buri kuri bandi basoro nyende ugasaba ko ubukuri yo bwaba kugira ngo bashe gukora umuziki unakundwe bikaragushimisha kumva abafana ariko baratwinga basakuza baguhamagarize na ukumva uranezerewe pe. Tugiye kunezerwa sibyo?
Where you from and how long you been dancing?
Ariko makubazo maze imyaka turi kuravyina.
Palmetto, Florida.
Je namaze imyaka muri Palmetto ndavina muri Palmetto.
I've been dancing for about all my life. I did.
Ubuzima bwanje bwose ahubwo namaze imyaka mvyina. Na Alvin Ailey.
All right, well.
Jeez.
Sierra and I are going to kind of judge or watch.
Je nashira tujye ko bacamanza.
So you
kugira ngo turabe yo kimuvyinamo.
First and then
audition.
We're going to have to do
ubwa mbere Chris aratangura amaze umuko bakurikira sivyo?
what she does, okay?
Arabikora.
Get the music, please.
Mushire umuziki DJ tugire bataragira. Kwambara kuva na kera bagiye umuco wo kwambara abanyamerika n'uwabo. Abantu busanga bagorose mwa abantu. Batameze nk'abashiki banyu.
I'm gonna stick to the boy version of that.
Okay, the guy.
Mugiye kubona umusore ameze nkanje rero. Ubone ndi verso yiwa. Okay, ni ngwa amafaranga ya musore. Ubikorera. ubyina kuva na kera bugiye aho uzafata nk'icyitegererezo ndetse Michael Jackson MJ na Asha kandi ufata nk'abo bantu bakomeye mu kubyina nk'abo kabafata nk'ibyitegererezo bugiye nta kuntu utobura kubyina cyane nk'abo ari kuri show bita ubundi kuri amarika Asha uko bigaragara yabonye inkumi Chris Brown we niwe mbonye ni jubonye nta mazo gukunda uri je nitwa Brianna urashushe musore riga urabona ubusa n'umusore ufise imyaka 30 ariko ufise ubwenge umeze ukuntu biranatangaje oya ntumbwire iby'imibare iby'ibiharuro ntaco bivuze kuri je ahubwo nimba utafise ubabo kumuhamagara mfise imyaka 16 kandi nimba udatinya gereza umudugo wanje n'uyu yarakiri umwana muto w'imitomo urumva ko n'amajambo avuga bayazi neza nimba udatinya gereza mfise imyaka mike nimba ugomba kumfatirana fata umudugo wanje n'uyu nkurikira ukamenya ngo gahunda ziratanzwe
2007 was one of Chris Brown's biggest and most successful years of his career.
Niwo mwaka ukomeye cyane ivya Brown vyagera icamwo gusumba indi myaka yose 2007 niho atangye guhitinga birenze amafaranga arayabona mu kazi kiwe.
What didn't he do?
Ngomba kuvuga ibyo atakoze yigeze abona isi mu maso canke mu mbono y'inyamaswa ahubwo yagomba kubona isi mu buryo yibona mu bwiwe yagomba guhabwa ubundi buzima bushasha kandi muranakoze. Mbega icyifuzo cyiza Chris Brown we.
You're really catching up nicely. Caitlin, you're up.
Caitlin ni ukurikira rero. Akavuyo.
Okay, Caitlin, that's enough.
Irahagije Caitlin we gira ubwira icyo uvuga kuri CTV.
You have a real handle on public speaking. Would you mind helping Caitlin?
Ariko ngomba umbwire wishimikiza ko kuvuga mu bantu.
With a revised presentation.
Ugomba kubanza ugasuzuma neza ibintu ugomba kuvuga ivyari byo kuntu witwara imbere y'abantu.
You know I like great.
Banzuri. Wano musangiye gutangura filime yanzozi yarafise kuva na kera ko akeneye kuzubarika muri filime yaramaze gutangura kubarika muri filime ya mbere Chris Brown. Bariko barayipremieringa kwa kundi batanguze ku buryo abantu bayira bari babemerewe baba bamaze kwishura bakapremieringa tangura kwerekanwa ubwa mbere. Abantu bagiye kwitabira Brown no ayirimo. Yagiye kwira nkuko yawuzarota kuva na kera ko akeneye kuzubarika muri filime. Barabana gose nawe n'abakinyi badasanzwe abakinyi bakinyikazi ubwo rero twabonye amahirwe yo guhura abantu benshi ba director na ba producer turahura abakoze uga filime abanditsi abantu bazi kwambika abantu nkuko bisanzwe bose twahuye ndibuza ko aramaze kugira inzozi z'ibintu bitatu kugira lebo yiwe no kuboneka muri filime n'ukuntu yambara muravye neza ukuntu yambara biga ntibisanzwe uyu mugabo mu muziki yagiye akora murabe nk'akamya yakoye na Piamia ni muziki ubusanga yambara mu buryo busobanutse.
Yo, when he did that elbow thing and then
amaze yakora aho kantu k'inkokora nkako mubona uko nyene uduza buri kimugabo ukaba uhagaze umubiri wose uhagaze nk'ibiro nk'umubiri bihagaze ku nkokora.
He died in that movie? Come on. Everybody
naho bigaragara muri ya filime nko mengo yarapfuye muri aziyo filime y'ukuntu bagiye baravyina birangira Chris Brown asa n'uwapfuye.
I know you did too.
Boro umwe yararize amaze kuraba iyo filime ndaje nawe wararize amaze kuraba iyo filime umaze kumenya ko Chris Brown apfuye muri iyo filime. Iyo filime irahari ni baramumenye. Inzozi yahoze arota kuva na kera zagiye ziba umwana abona. Tugiye gusohora album nshasha rero. Tugiye kubikora mu buryo busanzwe budasanzwe ndetse abafara banyigiye kubanezereza ndazi ko mushobora kuvuga na album yanje. Erega abantu baravuga ivyinshi kandi bakavuga bibi bakavuga ivy'ugwanko ariko icyo ndi kuvuga muracyumva ni cy'ubufana kandi nkeneye kubeza urukundo rw'umwihariko kuri bo ku buryo bazokunda album yanje abantu bakeneye album yanje bazoyibona. None se bigiye kumera biteye album ugiye gusora izomera gute ko album ari menshi album menshi arasohoka hanze amagakundwa yandi hagera ku ngoni runaka iyi ncuro ugiye gukora ikidasanzwe uzosigira abantu ku buryo abantu bazo ugira abantu akantu gato byibuze ni birakose iranje burya itarahinduka
as an artist.
bemeza gukura kwanje burya buryo umuririmbyi cyangwa umuhanzi haragera igihe agakura agahindura ariko giye uko bigaragara ntaje gihinduka je ndakunda kurikurira no kwandika indirimbo ibi ndi kuvuga je marankura nshaka ivyumviro bitwika nyine nandike indirimbo zisobanutse kandi nkagomba no kuvyina mu buryo bwanje bw'umwihariko nyine
different things like that in the album. So
nkakunda ndetse kutagendera ku byo abandi ahubwo nkakunda gukora ibyo wanje ibintu nk'ibyo nakoze muri album cyo cyatumye ndetse uyu mugabo akomeza guhitsinga pana bya bintu usanga umuntu yakunze umustar ugasanga ni umustar mugabo ugasanga agomba gukora nkawe nyine oya uyakunda abyina uburyo bwiwe kandi aririmba mu buryo bwiwe nyine gomba gushira buri kimwe hamwe ayi naho cyatumye ndetse akundwa cyane
on second studio album
yavuze ngo studio yakoremo kandi album ya kabiri nkuko muyizi iyo ndirimbo yarasohotse nayo
was finally released on November 6th
baje kuyirekura mu kwishunari mu tariki 6/27
2007 with nothing but banger after banger.
nta na kimwe cyakurikiye kiretse gusa gatwiko kinjiza ka hato na hato akomeza gusora amahiti gusa Chris Brown.
Would you say this is a classic?
Wombira ko rimwe byakera indirimbo wombira ngo rimwe yakera ku buryo usanga hari indirimbo usanga ari zakera ku buryo zitigihe zitokumvirizwa. Nyene documentary ati wombira ko indirimbo ari imwe yakera gusiraho yasamye utoyumviriza ubunye. Zizo seri indirimbo yagiye asohora imwe mu ndirimbo nanjye nakunze ni iyi urumva nkuko bisanzwe umwana yagize creativity yagiye ari mari mu tuntu ku buryo abakobwa banamusariye.
Never forget the time period this came out, man. I was in middle school at the time.
Sinshobora kwibagira igihe ndetse indirimbo yasohokeye ko nari nkiri ndetse muri segonderi.
And I was out here bootlegging CD.
Nari mpari nanjye muri bootlegging nkuko bisanzwe turaba ama CD y'umusore ukunda nakomeje gutwika nkuko bisanzwe agatwika kinjiza nyine.
MySpace profile, it was just a different era, man.
Vya cyari gitandukanye mwa abantu mwe.
Was also featured on Rihanna's hit.
Kandi gose burya byarangiye yagiye mu mahitsi yari hana y'indirimbo nka Umbrella.
Song Umbrella made its own version called Cinderella.
Yakoze iyindi igomba kumera nka Umbrella. Iyi ndirimbo Umbrella yari ndetse yakorewe muri label ya Jay-Z. Uyu mukobwa kimara gutwagwa murabizi ubwo bakwikana amateka y'indirimbo n'iki murabizi. Sasa haje kugera igihe ndetse iyi ndirimbo iza gukogwa akora iyi ndirimbo igomba kumera nk'igi Umbrella yande nk'iyo ndirimbo Umbrella yari yana ayita Cinderella ari Chris Brown. Urumva iryo jwi ni rya Brown ntabwo ari rya Rihanna gusa yakoze mu shuyige nyene ariko aza kwita Cinderella mu kimbo cyo kwita Umbrella.
Even performing with her at the 2000
birangira kandi bakoranye na Rihanna Chris Brown nyene 2007 ba performing hamwe canke bayirindira hamwe kuri stage imwe 2007 muri MTV muri vibe mu MTV.
as well as being in the movie this
kandi bongera kubana muri filime nkuko bisanzwe
Christmas, which is a pretty good movie.
Yari filime nziza yitwa Noheli.
Releasing a single for the film with the same name.
Barikora kandi filime ifise giyazira nyine.
It's Christmas, by your side is blazing bright.
Sasa tuje mu byo mubana. Ivy'inkundo vya Chris Brown vyagenze bite? Nga
Chris Brown and Rihanna actually met for the first time
ubwa mbere yana na Chris Brown bahuye ku ncuro ya mbere
in 2005.
2005
long before they would get into a relationship.
ariko imbere ko ndetse bajya mu mubano
The pair
niho bahuye
met as teenagers.
kandi bahuye bakiri bato cyane Rihanna hamwe na Chris Brown
You can see from this photograph
nkuko muri kubona muri iyi foto ndetse bari bakiri bato pe
them super young in 2000.
bakiri bato cyane muri 2005 bivuze ngo burya impamvu musa munga nuko nta mafaranga mutaragira gusa ubundi muri muyagira muzokomera mumere nk'abandi 2005 umwana wa 2005 ntabangana uko muri Afrika ya
2005 a baby face
bari bakiri bato akana gato Rihanna bitariri
and Breezy were
hamwe na Breezy bivuze ngo akiri muto bamwitariri kuzi uyu musore akitwarira Rihanna bamwitariri nta kazina nyine ku bantu mumenyereye uko baramutazira abantu bamukunda kugezaho kandi Chris Brown bakamita kandi ngo ni Breezy niho bahuye bakiri bato bagifisa abasura udusura tw'abana
backstage at the Z100 jingle
maze bajya kuri stage muri Z100
held at MSG
bajya no muri MSG Kigarama 2005 bayirindira hamwe
mega stars at such a
baba ndetse abastari bakome bagifise imyaka mike
age with both having smash hits with Pondi
bose bafise amahiti adasanzwe
around the same time. From there their paths continue to cross.
bivuze ko baririmba bakomeza kumenyana bakomeje kugira aho bahurira muri byinshi.
They both had a lot of chemistry.
Uko bigaragara benshi bafise ndetse aho bahurira cyangwa se urukundo rubahuza ico bita chemistry ndisishimye nko mu vyumva ariko abagombye kuvuga ndetse bavuga ati ngo office chemistry niyo buntu bivuze ngo uba office aho uhuriye nawe canke muhuzwa cyane ku buryo umenga muranywana ukuntu
and we're seen together all the
bakomeza kubonekera hamwe mu bice byinshi ari kumwe.
In fact, paparazzi were so crazy over them that they couldn't even
bivuze ngo abanyamakuru bagomba kumenya byinshi kuri bo kuko kenshi bakunda kubabonana bari hamwe bari ko baragendana mu tuguriro hehe mu miduga ugasanga bari kumwe ku buryo abanyamakuru babakora ko amakuru benshi
eat without being ambushed by them.
kandi burya nta n'icyo baronka cyo kurya batarinze gutegwa agaco canke ambuscade n'abanyamakuru kugira ngo bamenye byinshi kuri bo kuko bari bakiri bato ari abastari bato kandi bamaze kwamamara kandi cyane.
I mean, that does come with fame though, but yeah.
kandi vyaje no kumenyekana
2008
ariko muri 2008 rero 2008
huge success for Breezy.
Chris Brown yakomeje kwamamara aramenyekana aronka amafaranga menshi
as he would be featured on a bunch of songs.
kuko bakomeje kumamagara mu ndirimbo nyinshi ngo akomeze aziririmbemwo z'abandi bastari. izo zose indirimbo yagiye agaragaramo zitari ngo yagiye agaragaramo yakomeje gufikiringwa. T-Pain amuhamagaramo nawe Jordan Spark amuhamagara muri No Air naye ayikoramo.
Damn near every music video it seemed like. And he also re-released his exclusive.
kandi uko bigaragara Chris Brown buri muziki wose yasora muri iyo myaka n'amalubumu yaba mahiti nyuma y'amahiti gusa bikurikirana yongera kandi burya
the Forever Edition.
asora kandi ya muziki yatanguriye ko ayongera kandi kwirekura
because of his
Forever
new smash hit Forever,
yongera kandi iba hit ikomeye kandi yaramaze kuzisohora azisubiramo za ndirimbo yakora kuva kiri muto.
A double mint commercial. Crazy.
akomeza kwamamara mu bucuruzi biba nk'ubusazi atangura kandi burya kwamamariza amakampani menshi nk'iyo ni publicité muri kubona aho yagiye yamamariza amakompanyi menshi ukamengo no muziki nari kwamamaza mu muziki yiwe uniko abantu bajya amafaranga. ati musore muto umaze kandi kuongera kurekura bivuze ngo yaramaze kurekura yongera kandi kurekura album y'inko bisanzwe yongera kandi kwirekura nka version cyangwa se version nshasha kandi yarasanzwe yaramaze kuzirekura kuva na kera.
What's new about this version?
none tubwire iyi version igishasha kuri yo niki
But a new album, the re-release.
koko n'ubundi album namaze kwirekura kandi
I didn't really have a reason for re-releasing it, but
nta n'impamvu n'ifisi yo kwirekura kandi bavyita hiti burya aho umusore asora indirimbo yamara kubona ko haciye nk'imyaka ibiri akongera kandi akayirekura kandi mukayikunda ugasanga mbere yo akantu gato gusa kubera hiti bikanakomera ati burya nta mpamvu n'ifisi yo kurekura ariko byabaye ngomba ko ndayirekura tu.
wanted to re-release it for the fans because
ntagomba kwirekura kubera abafana nyene kongera kandi kwirekura pana kwirekura oya bivuze ngo ari maze gusohoka yongera kandi arayisohora ya indi nyine nk'ubu rimba mu kubita umwice muri 2020 ukayirekura kandi muri 2023 nk'uko bisanzwe.
I was like, let me just give them more songs. I didn't want to just
niyumvire nti abafana banjirekana baje indirimbo nyine nyinshi zirenze
just a regular. I actually put like 17 songs on the album, but I was like,
ariko indirimbo nka 17 ibaze kurekura indirimbo 17 zazi ni nyine wari warasanzwe harekuye kuva na kera ukongera kandi ukazirekura
just give you like 20 songs. So
tububahiriza indirimbo 20 noneho zari zisanzwe zihari nazishira kuri DVD nkazibahereza kandi
behind the scenes footage of me
nkabahereza amashusho uko toge turi codinga uko toge dukamera bita ngo behind the scenes kuno musani kubera ko amarashobora kurekura indirimbo bamara gushimishwa nakavuga ati reka ndabere uko twayikameye rero uko byagenze navyo arabirekurana.
But then it's going that leads up to the new DVD I'm gonna release.
ahubwo bituma nsora andi ma DVD menshi
big actual tour
mu gihe cyo muci abantu bapoye bameze neza nungenda zirekura.
Have you do your little wild out thing and we got an improv set up for you, or you can
musore muto ivyo akoze nibisanzwe ariko twumvise uri kurahabwa interview na Janet Jackson yuri mushiki wande wa Jackson Michael Jackson
on the couch
muri ku ntebe.
I'm gonna be you.
narinze ko uzo mbaza makuru muri iyo interview.
But here's the first
impersonation of you is so funny, don't you?
umusore muto izi nimba ari inzoga ntumba zimu ko bafise ikiju gitabo ati buryo uko bigaragara umusore muto uko bigaragaza n'ukuntu bigira undi muntu biranshimisha pe.
Y'all ready to see Chris Brown?
Wese muri toye kora Chris Brown.
Yeah, what it is your boy Terrence, you know.
Aho kuri ko bemeze mwabasore no amusore wanyu gose Chris Brown uko mumuzi ndetse.
Terrence J.
Yeri twa Terrence J. Yarafise gahunda yo kwigana amajwi bikanasobanura. Babwire turinga ndetse kuri mu busaka 6 ndetse. Ariko turi live. Tugiye guhara ivande kuvuga murabizi. Ni kumwe na Jenny Jackson. Pega baby. Office kiano. Tuno twanje banza ufate itemu.
Roxy, get over here.
Ntagomba kutugabira wewe. Roxy chano sho. Barakurikira agiye kwa Ellen DeGeneres. Uyu mugore ni cyamamare kugeza uyu munsi burya niwe mustar akomeye mu bantu bakoresha ama interview muri Amerika ku buryo n'abakuru b'ibihugu abahamagaza bakicaraho akabakoresha ama interview nabigeze kubuvamwo bakawubatse bakabuvamwo arabahamagara bakabaza akabaye n'umugenzi wa hafi wa Michelle Obama umugore wa Obama wahoze ari umukuru w'igihugu cya Amerika 2009 gukomeza umushitsi akurikira rero n'umwe ndetse mu bantu bazi kubyina gusumba abandi nkunda muri iyi si muhereze ikaze Chris Brown wagatangaza ku buryo wasanisha n'ubupede uyu mugore bamwita umutinganyikazi nk'uko bisanzwe sasa aravuga ati umwe mu bantu mfana bazi kubyina ku isi gusuma abandi ni Chris Brown umuhamagari uyu mugore bamwita Ellen DeGeneres n'uburyo vuga burumva ko afise ama confidence adasanzwe uyu burya agara ku bategetsi akagara ku bakomeye mugabo yari yemera ati genda umufana w'imena ukuntu avyina Chris Brown ahita muhamagaza kandi kugira ngo uzogere muri iyi show warakoze bigasobanuka pe ntibapfa guhamagaza bagafirifiri bose ngo bazo ya ngo yimbyino yavyina ngo yari itwika pe.
Chris Brown at this point in his career,
Chris Brown haramaze kugera mu kazi kiwe yari amaze kurenga kuba umustar adasanzwe ahubwo amaze kuba ikirenga cyane
beyond measures. He was loved by everyone, personality to the music,
kandi bamufata nk'ikitegerezo ku muziki, bamufata nk'akaranga umuziki no kuri stage kuri yabyinamwo bakabikunda.
That was until
bivuze ngo uko yabyina ubwabyo nta makosa abikoramwo.
We would come crashing down on him though in the beginning of 2000.
Ariko bimazogera muri 2009 yatanguye guhirima amanuka gahoro gahoro abasitari bagenda bakirana bikanakomera atangura kumanuka.
And we begin at 10 with breaking news.
Reka utangure no munsi n'amakuru adasanzwe. Aho tugiye kubona ndetse uwahawe igihembo wahiswemo. Aho Chris Brown atangiye kuhagirizwa ubugizi bwa nabi.
Chris Brown is accused of assault and battery. Neither he nor his girlfriend, singer Rihanna, showed up at tonight's award show.
Kandi uko bigaragara uyu musore muto yahagirizwa ibyo yagiye akora nk'uko bisanzwe yabawe canke ndetse Rihanna nta numwe yigeze agaragara muri iri joro muri iki kirori.
KCAL9 Soraya Fidel live.
Ni KCAL kuri 9.
The Mid-Wilshire LAPD station.
Kandi LAPD canke Los Angeles Police Department. Bivuze ngo hari ibyo bafatiranye kuri polisi ya Los Angeles bagomba gukurikirana kuri Brown.
Breaking details. Soraya.
Turaza kubabwira amakuru donido Soraya tubwire. Hari amasaha make gusa muri Yuani. Aho twabonye Chris Brown. Ariko rajana ndetse n'abashingwa manza bibiwe ni minota mike gusa ishize.
Minutes after he posted bail, according to sources, the alleged fight broke out in.
Bivuze ngo amakuru tubwire yuko ndetse habaye umugwano igihe
A Lamborghini.
Igihe hagaragaye umuduga mu bwoko bwa Lamborghini.
Was located at Hancock Park.
Twawubonye ahantu maze Chris Brown amasaha 2 hafi n'igice gato Chris Brown atangwa ndetse kugwana polisi iramubika uyu musore w'imyaka 19 umuririmbyi arimba R&B byabaye ngomba ko bamukura muri gereza abashingwa bazakomeza kumukurikirana.
He reportedly canceled his Grammy Award performance.
Bivuze ngo nimba aramaze guhitwamo kugira ngo aje muri Grammy Award babiburijemwo nta kigiye muri Grammy Award bimera nk'ibyabaye kuri Will Smith yari higiye cyo sikure cyane aho muri Amerika basanzaza ubugizi bwa nabi bakabigisha kugwa no kushira muri filime ariko vyagera aho Will Smith vyagezaho bamutukira umugore wafise ubuhanza Will Smith agende yari tazandura neza afate kofa kubitande akubita ujya musore wundi nibagiye uko bamwita akimara kumukubita bahita muhagarika ngo ntazongere kuboneka mu filime niki niko vyagenze kwa Chris Brown nyine. bakimara kumuhitamo ko azohabwa ibya Grammy Award agomba kubiparticipamo vyarangiye ndetse amaze kugwana birangira bamukuye muri abo marushanwa tumaze kuyihweza ndetse iva LAPD cyangwa Los Angeles Police Department twamaze kumenya ko ivyagirizwa uyu musore ari ivyaha yagirizwa polisi ibi ni vyabayeho si filime regani documentaire mugabo yahohoteye umuntu baragwana turiko turapereza tumenye y'ibyago ategeko bingana kandi ibyo yakoze turaza kongera kandi yuko uyu musore yahohoteye umuntu ico bita domestic violence kwa kundi uhohotera umuntu umusanze nk'ibo nyene uko onye ukamusanga habareze ukamuhohotera ariko turaza kubabwira byinshi ariko biraza kuvana ndetse na leta ndetse na polisi yo micungo ari biri babwire kuvyo twafashe nk'umwanzuro kuri Chris Brown nkuko bisanzwe ni vyagiye riba ayo namakuru nge kuri CBS kabiri Chris Brown ndetse na sheri wiwe Rihanna w'imyaka 20 tugomba kumenya uyo mugore no yarabirimo kuvyo bakoze tubimenye twisunze ku makuru twakiriye uko hagiye haba ndetse ihamagarana rya polisi cyo na rimwe bivuga ko twumvise umugore ko arasakuza ko binduru ndetse muri hagatumba bita Hancock muri akariki nyuma gato nk'umwijoro sasijoro zo mu ijoro ndetse aho twabonye ibyabaye ahabereye ibyaha aho twasanze uwakubaguwe tusanga ndetse asa n'uwari umwe nk'uwashwaratuwe bivuze ngo batanze buri kimwe bamurekura amaze gutanga amafaranga asaga 50,000 kandi burya twabonye Chris Brown hamwe na Rihanna inyuma ndetse ibirori vyabaye Grammy Award imaze kurangira ibirori vyabaye nyuma hari ukunyine bakora ibirori nyuma bakaza gukora ibindi birori nyene after party niho baje kugaragara kuko amaze kuba nominated ntiyaba yakije kubera ubugizwe nabiyagaragariwemo ariko kubona Rihanna bazitagura umuntu bamushyira ko ndetse bimeze nk'ivyashwaratuwe baramuhohotera arafungwa batanga amafaranga aza kure kugwa Saturday night they performed and left together ba performance bagenda hamwe hafi amasaha 28 nyuma kandi bose burya ntibigeze bahabwa Grammy Award ya 50 canke se ntibigeze banarabwa n'abantu benshi nkuko bigaragara abanyamerika burya bankora ubugizi bwa nabi kandi biragaragaza ko ari buhabwe ndetse ibihembo byinshi ariko ntawo bizi neza buri kimwe bavuga sigomba kuvuga byinshi ni Kanye West nanjye burya byanshingiye umutima ive numvise si binari nkwiye kumviriza ariko nabyumvise
You knew I had to talk about it.
warubizi nagomba kubivuga barakurika Chris Brown muri sentare
And if this incident had never
ariko inyuma y'ivyabaye ntivari bwabe ndetse ubuzima bwa Chris Brown mu kazi kiwe
Chris Brown's career/status in the game today would be way different. I've heard
urabona akazi nkuko yagatanguye Brown n'ukuntu ameze uyu munsi biratandukanye cyane
people say he'd be way more famous and just over
tuvuge ko yamamaye yakora buri kimwe arakomera agira ndetse mu rwego rukomeye ariko uyu munsi
Justin Bieber or
ntibavanga ameze nka Justin Bieber
etc. He's obviously already a star.
bigaragara amaze kuba umustar
How much bigger would he have been?
ariko tukibaza ari gukomera gute akakura gute akaba umustar akomeye cyane
Everywhere you go, people didn't always bring this up. This is over.
iyo buri hamwe ugiye cyangwa iyo buri hamwe yaja batari gukomeza kuzana ibibazo yagiye yiteza yiyanduza mu bantu bikanakomera
A dark cloud that's always lingering above Chris's name.
kandi buri munsi kubera ibyaha yagiye yiteza by'ubugizi bwa nabi ugenda kubitana bakomagura bereka ngo mbengo ntacyo bavuze kubera yamamaye vyagiye bizana igicu cirabura hejuru izina rya Chris Brown cyangwa se vyagiye bimuteza icyasha ku buryo yagiye yanduriza izina kubw'ivyo yagiye acamo n'ivyo yagiye akora by'ubugizi bwa nabi vyagiye bifatwa nk'ubuhemu muri Amerika ku buryo aho bumva Chris Brown yagenda asanishwa n'ubugizi bwa nabi
For the rest of his life, really.
uzabwiye bwose burya vyagiye mukora ko
Every time I bring up his name,
kandi buri gihe mvuze akazina kiwe
there's like no in between. It's
nta oya iba hagati aho
you forgave him and you still love him,
umubabarira cyangwa umukunda bose biruvana nawe ndetse
or you just bring up Rihanna,
nimba wonazana ibibazo vyari hana byose ni bimwe
or you express how
cyangwa umwita woman beater wa muntu akubita umugore
much hate you have.
cyangwa ukama kubera ivyo yagiye akora kuba yaragiye akubita Rihanna bakabipfa kenshi akajya mu masentare kandi kuba yaragiye akubita abantu bikanakomera ivyo bintu rero iyo uvuze Chris Brown uyu munsi bihuzwa n'ibyo bintu by'ubugizi bana byagiye akora vya hato na hato
That man, like I said, there's no in between. I'm
nuko navuze nta hagati aho habaho
probably gonna get a bunch of comments on this video
nazi mugiye kumbwira vyinshi muri video
just about this situation,
ariko ni situation yonyine nta kindi kirenze
or nothing but hate comments. But either
nta kindi muri buvuge kiretse comment zo gwango
strong connection and passion
hari abantu usanga bafise ndetse isano rikomeye mu buryo buca nk'ubundi ugasanga barakunda Chris Brown mugabo ntibikuraho ivyaha yagiye akora
Obviously what he did was terrible.
kandi ivyakoze byari bibi.
I would never justify putting your hands on a woman which he admits.
kandi burya sino kwigira njitifa canke se ngomba kugaragaza nko mbego ntaco bivuze gukubita cyangwa kurambika ibiganza ku mugore ukura mu kubagura mukubita hama mvuge ngo nta kibi yakoze ni kibi yakoze buryo muca nk'ubundi kuko birabujijwe mu buryo muca nk'ubundi kandi nawe ubwiwe yicuza buri kimwe yagiye akora ku buryo vyamumano biramusenyera amanuka hafi ku itapi niyo mpamvu uyu munsi Chris Brown nyene no kwizina ariko nta birenze vyiwiwe.
But personally I think everyone deserves a second chance in life.
ariko uko bigaragara ndibwira ko buri umwe akwiye amahirwe ya kabiri.
And even Rihanna forgives him and will
kandi Rihanna yaramubariye
always love Chris.
kandi yaravuze ngo azokoma akunda Chris Brown.
They've made amends
kandi barikiranuye
over with.
ubu vyararangiye.
People to this day
ariko nova ku uyu munsi bakibizana ariko n'ikimwaro
for Chris Brown's sake because
ku bwa Chris Brown
it just goes right back to what I was just talking about.
reka dusubiremo vuta turavugana ne tubisubire ko kandi
where would his career be at right now if that
ibyo bya tukibaza vyari kugenda gute iyo akomeza kwitwara neza akazi kari kuba kameze gute uyu munsi nka Chris Brown.
He even said in his 27
yarabivuze 2017 muri
documentary and I quote
reka nsubire mu vyavuze
from being on top of the world
inyuma yo kuba ndetse uwa mbere akaba mbere ndetse ku isi ivyo agenda akora
one songs being kind of like America's sweetheart to being
nkafatwa ndetse nk'umuntu umukunzi w'abanyamerika bavuze iyo bavuze ngo American sweetheart ni wa muntu busanga abanyamerika bose biyumvamwo bakunda nyene nk'uko bisanzwe noneho nkava mu kuba American sweetheart nkaba public enemy number 1 bivuze bakubye ngo American sweetheart canke se American sweetheart ni wa muntu busanga akunzwe nyene abanyamerika bose puruma ririmba Chris Brown abana abagore abakuru abato bose baririmba ngo vyari kugenda bite canke ngo vyagenze bite uburyo navuye mu kuba American sweetheart to being public enemy number 1 iyo bakubye naho public enemy ni wa muntu busanga ari umwansi w'abanyagihugu nyene wa muntu munamubonye aho bumiyamiriza mukamufata mukamushira mukamushikiriza iminwe y'abashinzwe umutekano
public enemy number
niko ndetse Chris Brown vyagenze yavuye mu kuba America sweetheart ndetse public enemy number 1
I felt like an effing monster
ubu nimva nko mengo ni inyamaswa pe.
Hi, I'm Chris Brown.
Bite ndi Chris Brown 2019 mu kwindwi
This February my attorney has
kuva mu kwa kabiri
advised me not to
umushingwa manza wanje yaragiye arambwira arampanura iyo ko ntakwiye kuvuga ibintu nk'ibi kuva ndetse ibyabaye nkubagurana ngwana n'uyu nujya ngenda nishengura ku bantu nanje uno munsi reka nicuze imbere mu banyamerika mwe kandi burya mfate inshingano zikwiye full responsibility mfate inshingano zikwiye zuzuye kandi burya nzokora ama interview menshi biganiro aho muzombaza ibibazo byinshi nuko bisanzwe ntari bi kandi iyi ni incuro mugiye kuvyumvira kuri jewe ndabibwira mu buryo buzigiye nti mumbabarire nagerageje kubona suza bwanje mu buryo ku buryo mwese mwari kunyishimira mu bantu nkiyo kujya bose mukanyishimira kugeza ndetse niko nakomeje kugira ko nzokomeza kubaho neza mwese munyishimire mugabo kugeza ubushize ibyabaye aho nibwiye ko nakora akazi keza aho nibwiye ko ngiye kugira amahirwe yo kuba ndetse ibihe bike ariko kubw'inabi rero sinkibashije kubikora sinogenda gose nce kubiri n'ivyo nakoze kandi sindi bwicire nge nkomeze nshaka ivyitwazo baga ndishimira kuba ngiye kwishira hamwe kugira ngo mbashe kwikontorora ndeke kwitwara nk'akana gato ahubwo nishimire kuba ngiye kwikontorora kuko ibyo nakoze burya nanje ubwanje ni ibintu ntakwiye kuhabwa imbabazi ahubwo birambabaza kandi bintera n'isori ivyo nakoze kandi mama wanje burya yarakwiye kumbera umuvyi agomba kundira no muri mwemu uburyo wanyigishije nari kubonera abayibona mwiza mugabo byarananiye namaze kubwira Rihanna inshuro nyinshi zidaharurika yuko Rihanna mbabarira cyane kandi cyane bivuye ku mutima umbwire imbabazi kuko nanjye ubwanjye burya iyi situation ntabwo nopfa kwikemura uko ndayifatirane kandi burya reka ndababwire ko nizira kandi nemera ko nanjye ubwanjye nahawe impano narahezagiwe pe nahezagije umuryango mwiza n'abagenzi beza kandi n'abafana beza Imana burya yambereye ingwa neza mu kumpereza ububasha
been fortunate.
inzira ukumenyekana amafaranga
I've done a lot of soul searching and over the past.
kandi bijya nakoze byinshi mu gushaka ndetse roho yanjye haciye imyaka myinshi n'amezi menshi nako amezi menshi mwihangane
And my mother.
nayaze n'uwunkorera nyaga na mama
And I spent a lot of time trying to understand what happened and why.
mara kandi ngiye ngomba kugaragaza ngo menye nibiki byambaye kubera ko abantu benshi bamfata uko bakansuzugura
And I realized that
natenguje abantu benshi
no one is more disappointed in me than I am.
niyo cyo gihe nacyo kumenya yuko ndetse naho natenguje benshi ariko nta n'umwe yigeze atenguva nk'uko nanjye natenguwe naritenguwe nanjye ubwanjye ku byo nakoze nuko nitwe naritengushije pe
As many of you know, I grew up in a
nk'uko benshi mubizi rero
where there was domestic violence.
nakuriye ahantu aho nakomeza kubangamirwa icyo bita domestic violence kwa kuntu usanga umugabo akubita umugore cyangwa papa akubita abana akabatsikamira bikanakomera nico bita domestic violence ngo nanjye ubwanjye burya nakuriye ahantu hari domestic violence aho mama yakubitwa mbona na papa kuburyo ruzajya binkora
Saw firsthand what uncontrolled rage.
nabonye kenshi umujinya mwibuke se akimara gucaho byabaye ngombwa ko Chris Brown na nyina aronka uwundi shiri mushasha hasi yo shiri mushasha yakomeza gukubita buri munsi mama wa Chris Brown ku buryo uyu mwana yakuze yibona yababwira burya ngo wiba uhetse ukaburi kurigisha uri ku mugongo nuko byagenze
I sought and I'm continuing
kandi kenshi nakomeje gushaka nzokomeza nshake
to seek help to ensure that
kugira ngo menye ibyambaye ko kumbura ndabe ko nshobora guhinduka nanjye ubwanje
February can never happen.
koko nzokomeza gushaka kugira ngo nemeze ko ibyo mu kwa kabiri uko nakubise umuntu bikanakomera ko bitazongera kandi kuba
And as I sit here today,
nuko yakubise rero
I tell
biranakomera
you that I would do everything in my power to make sure
nuko
that
nicare ngomba kuzokomeza ko bitazongera kandi kubaho habe namba
I promise that. What I
ndabisezeranye
acceptable
ibe nakoze
100%.
ije nakujya ntibyemewe
Only ask and pray that you forgive.
icyo nosaba ko mumbabarira nta kindi
Please.
ndabizi
That others learn from my mistake. I intend
mureke abandi bige ku makosa yanjye
to live my life so that
kandi ngambiriye kwigira ku makosa
I'm
yanjye
truly worthy of the term role model.
kandi burya uko bigaragara ndiyiteguriye kureba ibindi byitegerezo ndabe ko nshobora guhinduka nitwaye neza nk'umuntu ndeke kwitwara nk'uko nitwaye
Thank you.
murakoze
Chris stayed relatively quiet for most of the year. That wasn't
Chris Brown yakomeje gutuza hafi mu kiringo cy'umwaka muzima
want to drop his lead single I Can
aho yakomeje kurekura indirimbo ziwe
in September.
aho yarekuye ndetse indirimbo yitwa I Can Transform ya cyangwa se no guhindura cyangwa se no hinduka mu yandi majambo I Can Transform avuga ati biga rero ivyo byabaye mu kwa kabiri nkubita abantu ngira iki nitwa nabi ngira ngome ngo nije nyoboye isi niki burya yakomeje gutuza aratuza akomeza kwitwa neza aho yarekuye iyi ndirimbo muzi nka I Can Transform ati no hinduka burya yaratuje
Relatively quiet for most of the year. That
hafi umwaka muzima atuje arekura iyo ndirimbo rero bita I Can Transform
in September. For his next studio album, Graffiti.
arekura iyindi album yiwe ndetse bita ya graffiti ndetse
Underrated album, by the way. He followed
iba ndetse album mbi cyane atacu bigeze igera ko byamuhombeye muri make
up with his next single,
yongera kandi arekura indi ndirimbo yiwe
releasing on my birthday actually on November 20th.
yayirekuye ndetse ku isabukuru yanjye nyine kuvuga iyo mugabo muri kumva ku 11 tariki 23 niho yayirekuye
Both singles were decently successful and
izo ndirimbo rero zaje gucamwo
finally released on December
album iza kuri kugwa Kigarama itariko 8
2009 to not so good reviews.
ariko ntiyakiriwe neza cyane oya
Mostly shitted on by critics.
ariko abantu benshi bakomeje kwivuga nabi
Really. It debuted at number
kandi iba nimero ndwi
7 and sold 102,000
agurisha amakopi asaga ibihumbi 102
copies first week. And
mu ndwi ya mbere
Chris Brown himself was actually upset at the
Chris Brown bwiwe byaramurakaje ko ntiyayungutsemo habe namba
They didn't even have my album in the back, not on
yaravuze ati ngo ntibigeze bafata album yanjye by'ubuzi banayishira inyuma nta nabwo bayishize ndetse hakujya ku maetageri
myself.
naribonye
Tired of this shit. Major stores are black
yanditse byinshi akomeza maze kurambirwa yamase
on my CD, not stocking the
CD zanjye burya ntiziriko ziragura bakomeje kuziterana
shelves and lying to customers.
abakiriya banje burya bakomeje kubeshwa
What the F do I gotta do? I'm not
none se what the fuck I gotta do no kurikisi what the F I gotta do
biting my tongue about shit else. The industry can kiss my ass. Despite all that though, the album has some really good gems, man, like What I Do. Chase Our Love, which is one of my favorite
yakurikiya akora kandi niyo bita Chase Our Love
Brown songs ever.
yo kari murakuze na
So Cold.
ari mindi to so cold
The title track, Graffiti.
na title track graffiti indirimbo yasohoye yisunze uko yahaye iryo zina Graffiti nyine album ye. Iyi ndirimbo yindi yita kandi ngo me canke jewe.
Yeah, this album is pretty solid.
Yeah, album ndetse yarakomeye Santana nawe.
Brown on his song Back to the Crib in the end of this year. Shit is up.
Buri mwaka arongera kandi arikora ari indirimbo yita Shit is over. Hagomba kubirwa ngo amasi yaraheze.
Enough though, Def Jam's president L.A. Reid
ariko ndetse umukuru wa Def Jam president wayo
because of the whole incident. But Joel
yongeye kandi kwitaho Chris bano kubera amasi yaba yose ndetse ibyago yateza.
I want Chris.
Aravuga atari kuburya nkeneye Chris uko biri kose.
Now it's 2010.
Ubu tugeze muri 2010.
And this was the start of a new Chris Brown saga.
Bivuze ngo haragiye gutangura rero ibindi bigwi bishashe vya Chris Brown mateka mashashe.
And kind of a reboot of sorts.
Bivuze ngo yaragiye kandi kwiredemara. Yarongeye kwisubiza kandi ku gihe.
In my opinion,
niko nyumvira.
The best music from Breezy came from
Bivuze imiziki ikomeye yagiye gusohora rero itwika yanyayo yagiye gusohoka uhereye muri 2010 kuduga.
Time period. At this point though, after Graffiti didn't perform well.
Bivuze ya album yasohora Graffiti ntigeze ikora neza.
Chris would fall into a deep depression.
Byabaye ngomba ko Chris atangura kugira ikibazo agira ihungabana muri we yagira agahinda.
Friends and family.
Ku bagenzi biwe n'abandese n'inshuti.
To his fans.
N'abafana biwe.
He took some
batangura kumuterana
to reflect on his life and
ahubwo atangura kwihwezuza bwiwe neza amenye ko bumeze nuko yagiye yitwara.
Played if he still even wanted to make music anymore.
Amenya ko adakeneye kandi gukora imiziki kandi pe.
He would become really close friends with Tiger.
Atangura kuba inshuti ya hafi na Tiger.
And in my honest opinion, this may be a hot take, but bro.
Uko bigaragara rero uko niyumvira mu biro byanje akimara guhana uyu musore Tiger nibire ko rivatanye guhindukira muri gahunda.
Tiger really rejuvenated Chris Brown.
Bivuze ngo Tiger rero niwe yatangiye kandi gushira ku murongo Chris Brown yongera kandi amusubiza ibusore ameze nk'ugomba gusaza umuziki amusubiza ibusore uyu musore bita Tiger.
And gave him that fight, that dog, and he lit.
Bivuze ngo uyu Tiger kimara guhana Chris Brown byabaye ngomba ko Tiger atangura kumushyiramo akanyariga bati abambwira ati gwanya iyo mbwa rero iyo mbwa ikurimo yigwanya.
That was under him and that
bivuze ngo yatangiye gukongezwa emiro muri we amenya ko kuye kugwana yikuri handi habi atangura kuri gahunda bisobanukire.
Confidence really started to show after
atangura kugira confidence muri we akimara guhana Tiger.
Chris would kind of start leaning more into the hip hop aspect.
Chris tanga ndetse kwiyambaza no kwisunga hanini abaraperi gusoma ndetse baririmba R&B
during this time too.
Ibyo bitanga gukora neza atangura kwiyubaka abafana baragaruka.
This was the era where the snapbacks and
aho niho ndetse hatangiye kuza amatatuwaje ku mubiri wiwe
in a trend and Tiger's swag was all
atangura kubona kandi swaga za Tiger tangura kwizera nka Tiger nyine wa musore.
Chris Brown's audience grew from mostly females to a mix.
Bivuze kandi uyu musore yatangiye kwakira abafana benshi tuve ku bagore.
Dudes rocking with him now. Tiger even talked about this time in an interview.
Kandi verageze kubiva ko Tiger nawe muri interview.
Chris is like, you know, he just like me though. We
Bajya Chris ameze nkanje man.
Think alike, you know what I'm saying? Just
fende kuvuga nuko.
At the end of the day, you gotta think like
nuko niyumvira nyine.
Chris went through a point to where like, you know, to the point to where he didn't even want to do music anymore.
Urabona Chris Brown yaciye mu gikomeye kubwiye ko atazongera kandi gukora imiziki.
You know what I'm saying? Because people was bashing him so much. You know what I'm saying?
Abantu bakomeje gufata imiziki we nk'amase bayitererana.
The situation he went through. And
situation yaciyemo rero.
I didn't judge him, you know what I'm saying?
Kandi abantu je baga ntabwo nshobora kubacira urubanza ndabumva.
I still looked at him like, yo, you
ariko je nakomeje kumena navuga ati yo Chris Brown.
Wow, you Mike Jack. You know?
Umeze nka Mike Jackson man, nkuko bisanzwe.
You gotta make music.
Ugomba gukora umuziki byanga bikunze.
You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't like really motivated to do that.
Ariko bigaragara ntiyarafise motivation yo gukora umuziki cyo kimusunikira gukora imiziki.
Out to Virginia.
Byabaye ngomba ko mfata indege nje muri Virginia.
Stayed at his crib for like 2 months and we
tumara hafi amezi abiri.
The whole mixtape. That's
when recording imiziki itari mike.
Deuces all that.
Dukora umuziki nka Deuces murabuze umwe twatanguranye.
So like I was with him at that point to where like people wasn't like really with him. Like
nabati gose aho tugeze rero uko bigaragara abantu bakomeje kwakira umuziki we neza mugabo dukeneye gutuma bawakira kandi.
You know what I mean? But I was just like
Chiko makubwira kizi.
Who care what people think? You
ubundi ho ninde yiteye ibyo abantu bavuga.
You got the gift like a lot of
ufise impano nk'abandi twese dufise impano hano yumana ngo bakwikoresha ibyo kuva mu muziki kubera abantu bakubiye ngo babona ngo bakubise umuntu ngo yari mwarashwanye murabangamirana ngo tukumva kandi muziki wawe uya ufise impano yumana uyikoresha ufise impano nyo dufise benshi muri twebwe.
In this generation a lot of people
muri iki gisekuruza rero abantu benshi
never gonna have.
Before he
ntibazogira iyo mpano nk'iyo ufise.
Drop that fan of a fan mixtape.
Nyuma yuko ndetse arekura uyu muziki ku bafana biwe.
Would drop his first ever mixtape.
Yarekuye ndetse umuziki nafashe nk'uwambaye nanjye ubwanjye.
In my zone and it was pretty fire. It was something for the fans.
Wari umeze nk'umuriro umuziki umeze nk'umuriro.
It's for real and I love it.
Abafana barawukunze.
With bangers like Twitter.
Uyu muziki urabenginga no kuri Twitter biranakomera.
Too freaky.
I got that long.
Arekura imiziki iyobeye.
And how low can you go?
How long can you go?
He would then go on to release Fan of a Fan.
Kandi akomeza kurikura undi muziki w'abafana mu kwa gatanu itariki 16.
16th.
Hey.
This is for my grown. This is for my grown ass sexy ass women. Make me wanna say bye bye, say bye bye, say bye bye. We done been together for a minute. Now it feels funny to be doing something different. Will we do it all night? We can do it all night.
And it really put Chris Brown back on the map.
Kandi Chris Brown burya yakomeje kuhatwika. Ariko yagomba kwihuza.
I was actually a huge Tiger fan around this time, bro.
Ico gihe nari umufana wa Tiger cyane.
Bitch, I'm the shit.
Hano yakomeje gusura imiziki yari amajambo akomakomeye nka za bitches n'ibiki.
It's going crazy.
Abantu barasara.
At the BET Awards this year.
Cyageze agera muri BET Awards. Chris Brown rero
to Michael Jackson.
Aperforminga umuziki yigana Michael Jackson neza neza.
That's the way a year prior. And Chris Brown put on one of his best performances.
Maze Chris Brown akora umuziki udasanzwe na performinga neza cyane. Kuri stage amashuri yabona.
Back to find this shit, fam. I can't really show all of it though cuz
Sinobereka byose murabizi.
But Breezy
copyright ibuge yomfata ariko
started crying like crazy.
Atangura kuyira nk'umusazi.
Started performing the song Man in the Mirror as it was
atangura gukora indirimbo ndetse bita Man in the Mirror cyangwa se umuntu umukiyo.
Fitting for him at the time. Going
ni indirimbo ari mukuye ndetse muri ico gihe.
He went through for a whole year.
Ibintu biciye ndetse hafu umwaka muzima.
I'm sure
akomeza gukurikira inzira ndetse z'aba bantu bagiye bamubanziriza abandi yagiye afata nkaho ngo n'ivyitegerezo. Na Michael Jackson. Kamara kumukundira ivyo. Sinizi yagiye kuri umwana mbabwira ngo tuzokomeza nakandi gace rero aka nakambe katugarukiriza hano.